How hot is hot?
About my black brother, I love you, and I'll never try to hurt you. I want you to know that I'm here for you, for you. These are things that change boys can mean.
Every man has a higher self and a lower self. With your higher self, you can achieve greatness and things beyond this planet. With your lower self, you get your basic needs, but also to create darkness. Find your balance, King.
Hotep, children of the sun, and welcome. Your #1 station focused on rebuilding our nation. WMLR, More Life Radio, proudly presents Brother, 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 a show dedicated to the upliftment and encouragement of the melanated kings.
Yo, I ain't here for playing around, I'm with the crown. King of New York, nah, now how that shit sound? King of the coast, nah, I cover more ground. King of oneself, yeah, that's how I get down. Yeah, my skin brown, that's that melanin. Ha, I'm wearing it proud, it ain't no telling when. Ha, they might come around screaming irrelevant. Ha, ain't gonna get down and plant the evidence. But I ain't here for playing around, I wear the crown. I ain't here for playing around, I wear the crown. I ain't here for playing around, I wear the crown. I ain't here for playing around, I wear the crown. Descended of kings and queens, and we don't know what that mean. Turn the palace to the projects and shatter esteem. But I'm here to let it be known, no matter the scene, they can't take royalty from your being. It's embedded in your DNA and your genes. $1,000 sneakers and jeans, you could invest in yourself and your dreams. Is you hearing me now? Them pedestal folks letting you down. Since James Brown said I'm black and I'm proud, they've been pumping us with the opposite. Dividing and conquer's pretty obvious. Misled and misguided.
No, I don't worry. I tell you, I'm a man who believes that I died 20 years ago, and I live like a man who is dead already. I have no fear whatsoever of anybody or anything. Anytime you beg another man to set you free, you will never be free. Freedom is something that you have to do for yourself. That we are really, really ready, willing to pay the price that is necessary for freedom. Our people will always be walking around here second-class citizens, or what you call 20th century slaves. What price are you talking about? The price of freedom is death.
The smarter, the harder the battle. Classism, blacks prison and slaughter like cattle. Divide and conquer's been a modern mantra. Put you in front of your honor for your mama could buy you your first time. The Arabs, the Saudis, and little white diamonds. Turned in a hashtag, shit feeling like Baghdad. Because of my pigment, I swear this stuff is ridiculous. Living in these conditions is hard to double conviction. Misinterpret religion, discourage courage and vision. Teach us that we were slaves and never
you can't send your child to the enemy and think the enemy will give the child his history. That's clear. So since you've made no effort at all to come together with those who want to give their children proper education, proper discipline, what's going on, now that your children don't know the history, they'll be screaming at the children.
Okay, let's take another break, and when we come back, I would encourage you to speak up more forthrightly.
With your host, Khonsu, Shesnmu, Amun, and Tehuti, Virgo, exclusively on WM. Yes. All hail the kings. It's Thursday night. WMLR, More Life Radio. What up, though, family? Yeah. welcome, welcome, welcome. It's another terrific and wonderful Thursday night right here, WMLR More Life Radio. We welcome you. You know what it is. It's brother. Energy is high. We got some hot, exciting topics and conversation in the barbershop tonight. Welcome, one and all. Hope you enjoy and join in. We want to hear from you. You see the number down at the bottom. I'm going to keep it moving. Khonsu, my main man, my main Damie. Sadate, King. Sadate.
Sadate, King. Sadate.
What's good with you, man? How you feeling, bro?
Everything's cool, man. I feel with my hands, all the time. So, yeah, everything's good, man. Great week. Very prosperous. A lot of, clearing and banishment and a lot of manifestation, man. A lot of manifesting energy out there.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm getting ready for my daughter's homecoming here in Shreveport. She's going to be I got to go to Shreveport, Louisiana. She's been crowned the homecoming queen. And, Lord have mercy. You seen that show, Bridezilla?
Yeah.
Well, they got the homecoming Zilla, too. The homecoming Queenzilla. And that's my daughter, man. I love her to life. But, my God, she trying to tell me what to wear. I don't need you to tell me what to wear. It's funny, Khonsu, but she's serious. You know what I mean? So get ready for that, man. And I'm going to be hitting the road and doing some moving around. And just, like you said, man, just living it, trying to enjoy life, taking it in day by day, trying to block the energy vampires. Keep it moving, man. We got a hot show tonight, man, and I'm ready to do it. Man, Kanye West. We want to go there, or what you want to do first, man? Show me what you want to do first.
I mean, man, let's talk about Kanye West. Let's get that on out. Everybody's talking about it.
There's a couple other things that, oh man, I done left my book. There was a couple other things that I wanted to talk about. Peace and love to the people down in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina. Hurricane Michael hit shore today, and it was close to a Category 5. What was it? Yesterday. Hit yesterday, right? Wednesday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, want to send out much love and positive energy and prayers, meditation, whatever it is you do. We want to send that out, positive energy to the people there. So far, they've reported 2 deaths. And so, our hearts and love go to the people in those areas that are being affected. Khonsu, I don't understand why people live where hurricanes hit, bro. I don't understand that. I'll take a snowstorm over a hurricane.
Any day.
I mean, any day. You know what I'm saying?
It's brutal.
Right.
I don't think I can deal with, water up to my second floor.
Yeah.
Or my house not there when I wake up.
Right. And you're on the roof, like we saw those images of Katrina. Horrible. People are still suffering from Humphrey. And all of these names they give these hurricanes. So man, love to them. Oh, Connor got his ass whooped. Yeah.
That he did.
He took a beat down, and I just had to. I don't even know who the other dude is, but shout out to him. I'm so glad that white boy took that whooping. That's what he gets for all that racist hate and the things that he said before he took the whooping that Floyd gave him. But he took a beating this weekend. That young man fought him brilliantly, strategically, and dominated Conor McGregor. Yeah, it was something, Khonsu. Did you get a chance to catch the highlight?
I saw some of it. It was a Russian against an Irish guy.
Right.
I saw it. I didn't put too much stake in it because I'm not really a fan of either one.
Okay.
But it was interesting because that was a brutal fight. It was no joke.
Yeah. I miss John Bones Jones, man. I really wish he would get it together and get back in that ring. He was
man, brilliant.
Something to watch, just how he did things in such a surgical manner. I miss him. I really do. I miss having him out there competing. So hopefully he'll get it back together. Definitely. All right, Khonsu. So, all right. So let's go right into it, man. Kanye West, today, everybody knows, met up with Donald Trump at the White House for lunch.
He did.
That's the big talk of the day. So I'm going to pass the baton to my partner over here, Khonsu. What we going to do next?
Well, you know what? Let's play the clip. Let's get a perspective. Let's give the listeners a perspective before we speak on it.
Definitely.
WMLR, brother. We're going to be right back, y'all. Check this out.
Breaking news, rapper Kanye West in the Oval Office. Watch.
The entire country and give opportunities. A lot of times it's just the overall lack of reparations that we, at any given point, we say, oh, this is racist, this is racist, this is racist, this is racist. So we don't have the reparations, but we have the 13th Amendment. We got to open up the whole conversation. So, and that's a move. One of the moves that I love that liberals tried to do, the liberal would try to control a black person through the concept of racism because they know that we are very proud, emotional people. So when I said I like Trump to like someone that's liberal, they'll say, oh, but he's racist. You think racism can control me? Oh, that don't stop me. That's an invisible wall.
Mr. West, what would you like?
But you don't think oh, your question. You had one question. We're going to go to another question. Okay. I answered your question. I don't answer questions in simple sound bites. You are tasting a fine wine. It has multiple notes to it. You better play 4D chess with me like it's Minority Report. Because it ain't that simple. It's complex.
Mr. West, what would you like? I'm going to Chicago sometime, so I would like to know what you would like to ask President Trump to do for Chicago. You're here to talk about crime in Chicago.
The thing that the head of the police and Mike Sachs met with me last night at the Soho House about was we feel that stop and frisk does not help the relationships in the city. And everyone that knew I was coming here said, ask about stop and frisk. That's the number one thing that we're having this conversation about. Another thing is opening up industries, and we've got to get some tax breaks because we're making we got a speed factory in Atlanta, but the shoes are costing us $300, so it's costing us too much to make things. So we need some prototypes here so we can get people back working. So China can't just beat us and Vietnam can't beat us. You got Levi's, the greatest jeans company in the world, making their jeans in Vietnam. So we're going to need to get a few breaks to be able to have some places in my hometown of Chicago and the 2.7 million to the 9 million surrounding suburbs where we can create some factories. Now, I think it would be cool for them to be Trump factories because he's a master of industry. He's a builder. And I think it would be cool to have Yeezy ideation centers, which would be a mix of education that empowers people and gives them modern information. Like sometimes people say, this kid has ADD, this kid has ADD. He don't have ADD, school is boring. It was boring, it's not as exciting as this. We have to make it more. He don't have ADD, school is boring. It was boring, it's not as exciting as this. We have to make it more exciting. We have to mix curriculums. You play basketball while you're doing math. So Larry Hoover is an example of a man that was turning his life around. And as soon as he tried to turn his life around, they hit him with 6 life sentences. So I believe you say don't tear down the statues. Larry Hoover is a living statue. He's a beacon for us that needs to see his family, that needs to go out and represent. When you have a block leader on every single block, they can own the block as their own. That's something I learned from Jim Brown, from A Mayor I Can. We need to put curriculums from people who really came from the streets, not people who are just trying to set us up to go into a work system or prison system that applies to what people are really going through, which Jim Brown has created.
What about gun violence with all the debate about the Second Amendment going on?
The problem is illegal guns. Illegal guns is the problem, not legal guns. We have the right to bear arms.
President Trump has said that he favors stop and frisk. Are you guys going to be discussing that? Do you think you can change his mind?
Yeah, we're gonna discuss. I didn't mean to put you on blast like that, bro. But it's definitely.
I'm open-minded. I'm here.
Yeah.
Mr. I am open-minded.
I'd like him to speak at one of your rallies.
He can speak for me anytime he wants. He's been a great guy. He's a smart cookie, smart. He gets it. These two guys, Jim Brown, he's been doing this for a long time.
Is this a future presidential candidate?
Could very well be.
Only after.
Could very well be. That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
We have a good, and the thing is, let's stop worrying about the future. All we really have is today. We just have today, over and over and over again, the eternal return, the hero's journey. And Trump is on his hero's journey. And I believe my feeling from that is because I'm going to go all the way Sigmund with it, because time is a minute. All we have is now, all we have is today. So the word again, it doesn't hurt us because of the idea of racism and slavery and different things. It hurts us because we need to focus on who we are now, today. I believe. So I actually brought some hats in that have a bit of a transition. I'm not trying to put you up there, spot a little bit. I made a hat that says "Make America Great," just that. But I would love to see at the Super Bowl, Trump wearing the "Make America Great" hat, Colin wearing the "Make America Great," and showing that we can bend a bit on this side, we can bend a bit on this side, and we can learn how to be malleable in the infinite universe that we are and the loving beings that we are. That we don't have to stick to all traditions. And we aren't a side. We are one unit. We are one country. We are one moment in history and time. We might have been here before, but right now, we're here together. And the greatest value that people have are other people. And we need to stop working on red and blue. It's like a gang again.
Let me ask you this question. You're in the Oval Office.
Okay.
How does it feel to be in the Oval Office?
Oh, it is good energy in this.
Isn't it good energy? Yeah.
It's good energy.
It's a great place. Jim, how do you feel?
I feel good.
Yeah.
I truly feel good. I thank you, too.
You're so respected. And what Kanye's doing has been incredible. All over the world, they're talking about this. And I have to tell you, I had important meetings today with senators and with everything. Nobody cared. They wanted this meeting. This is the meeting. Is that right? I can say that to John. No, the others were good, right? But this is what they want.
Maybe only you would be here.
Well, it's my honor, Jim. I want to tell you, I've been a fan of yours for a long time. A long time to know. And, you know, that's always been the way Jim has been for a long time. And he just wanted to help, and it's something special. Jennifer, did you have a question?
I guess, what do you feel about stop and frisk? Are you going to...
Well, we're going to look at it. I'm open to everything. Hey, look, I think it's a shame what's happening in Chicago.
What else can be done?
I'm in Chicago a lot, too. I have nice things in Chicago. You know that, right? And I hate to see what's happening. They're having numbers of people being shot and killed, and it's not for this country. So they have to do something, and I am totally open. If we can do it a different way, Kanye, I'm totally open. But they have to do, I mean, we all agree they have to do something, that's for sure.
Mr. President, is it a law enforcement issue, a legislation?
Well, maybe it's a combination of both. Yeah, I guess it is, but I think it's probably a combination of both. And it's also a respect issue. Chicago, but certainly it shouldn't be happening. What's going on there should not be happening. Steve, go ahead.
What do you want this meeting to lead to in terms of prison?
Honestly, from our standpoint, this was just set up to be a lunch of two people that I like, and I guess they like me. And we're gonna have lunch. We're gonna talk.
You said, yes, you know I love you.
I know.
Did I?
But I don't want to put you in that spot. But.
No, I'm standing in that spot. I love this guy right here. Let me give this guy a hug right here. I love this guy right here.
That's really
yeah.
Come here.
Yes. Yeah.
That's really nice. And that's from the heart. I didn't want to put you in that position, you know, but that's from the heart. Special guy. These two are special people. Whether you like it, whether you don't like it, they're special people. And I appreciate it. Jim, Kanye, I appreciate it. So let's go have some lunch. Okay? Thank you all very much.
All right, guys, let's go. Make your way out.
Thank you.
Huh. Trump didn't even get up to hug me. He didn't even stand up. And You got to see the whole thing. Yeah, you got to see the whole thing uncut. You know, his energy was very intense, very up, and he to his credit, he said some very good things. He said some very strong things. He did. To his credit, you know, I don't want to. You already know I'm not going to trash Kanye. You know, we talked about Kanye, and I feel how I feel. I really don't care about his political aims or if he wants to be the next Republican president. I don't care about that. I do understand that he has a platform, and he is, whether you like him or not, he does represent us as a people. He does. A lot of the things that he does is a credit to our brilliance, our creativity, and some of the things that he says and does is a credit to the mistakes that we make too. I think people are going to dump on him for this. I mean, just the fact that he's sitting there with him already has got him strikes, Khonsu, you know? But yeah, man, you got to see the whole thing. You got to see the whole thing. Go ahead. Well, yeah, he did. Right. Yeah. Right. Nope. Yeah. King, do something real quick, man. Check your mic and make sure you're unmuted because I'm not sure.
Oh man, my mic was muted.
Yeah, I'm not hearing you in the playback.
Oh, they missed everything I said.
They missed everything you said. Yeah.
Okay.
Recap. Just go.
Okay, let me recap, y'all, because I'm gonna say this quickly. Kanye West did a phenomenal job. He mentioned Larry Hoover in the White House. You never heard it. He stood tall for black people and the icons that are in our neighborhoods, we don't have them anymore. And this is why we're wild and running in our blocks. He meant it in that light. Don't think about that black on black crime stuff. He's not talking in that aspect. He's not talking like that. We got to stop walking in the image of our oppressor. We eat, sleep, drink, and socialize like our oppressor does. We don't embrace our African culture, especially the 500 years of our American African culture. We should be proud that we can talk and walk on this land the way that we can because our ancestors died for us. And we should never forget that.
Absolutely.
They were hung from trees so we can speak. Kanye West is sitting in the White House talking how he talked because his greatest grandmother hung from a tree.
I say.
How can you deny that? How can we take the role of our oppressor and point the finger at our brother? It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. If we were that militant, most of the people, bro, that's sitting there using keyboard karate wouldn't do nothing to a European if they had the opportunity. You're not going to do none of the stuff that you're talking about. We can't even get nobody to be Malcolm again. We can't get nobody to be... When the last time we had a Malcolm?
Yeah, it's been a while. Another word that he used up in there was reparations. He used that a few times. See, if you didn't get to see it, if you like me, and you didn't get to see it, today when it went down, CNN has the whole 20-minute part of it, and yeah, he said reparations a few times. He did directly. We need reparations. He said that. Yeah. So it's a definite historical moment. No question about that. He made history today. Whether you like him or not, whether you accept him and Trump, period, he was in the White House with the sitting president. Kanye West was. He said Larry Hoover's name, dropped it, said he needs to be freed. He also says early in that part, when he starts, Larry Hoover is locked up. He said he's in a prison, in the worst prison in Colorado, somewhere in Colorado. And he said they've got him next to the Unabomber. He got 6 life sentences. And Kanye West said right there in front of Trump in that meeting that needs to be corrected. That man needs to be out. He needs to be with his family. He needs to see his family. He said, Kanye said, we talking pardons. It didn't go there just to eat. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. He didn't. And again, whether you like him or not, whether you view the way he presents his thing as something that's effective, that's your opinion. I just think it's funny because the council, like I was telling you, when we started this path of aggression, people didn't want to see us coming. We talking black power and black unity, and we talking about melanin, and we're talking about all kinds of things like that. We on our growth, we learning it.
Right.
Wanting to share. People didn't want to hear. They didn't want to hear that. You can't force that on everybody.
Right.
You can't force it's not what you talking about, it's how you say it. Hey, I'm not upset with Kanye. There's some parts of it I was upset about. I'm not even gonna say upset. Disappointed.
Yeah.
Like when he talks about racism and how he downplays that, and how he downplayed the police brutality, and how he threw up black on black crime in front of white fragility, right there in its face. He just carried on the talking points. So I wasn't happy about those moments. But when he said Larry Hoover and reparations.
See, I think we hold ourselves to a standard beyond being human beings, King. Mm-hmm. Like if we took that attitude, then WMLR wouldn't exist. If we didn't take the chance to say things nobody else would, then we might as well just quit and pull the plug on this thing.
Absolutely.
Kanye's not going to be perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. We're not going to please everybody, but at least we're expressing ourselves and who we are. And I give Ashe and Mojuba to my ancestors who paved the way for me to be able to do that.
Mojuba.
We could not even do it. Do y'all understand that we could not drink from certain water fountains. We couldn't go to certain bathrooms. We had to sit in the back of the bus. Have we forgotten that already? Do we actually feel that we have the same privilege as Europeans?
Well, it's like you said. We are a walking assimilation of our oppressors. We represent the religion. We represent the education. We represent what, as Jane Elliott puts it, the indoctrination of white fragility. I won't call it supremacy. It's only reigning supreme because we're allowing it to, which, in my opinion, and from the way I interpreted things, that's what Kanye was talking about when he said we are choosing to be slaves. He wasn't talking about the ones that were put on the ships. He's talking about now, because there are a lot of us walking around mentally enslaved and don't even know it. We have a false sense of what success is because we are a walking assimilation of the very people we aspire to be our whitest. What did you say? How did you say it, Khonsu?
They are white privileged supremacists.
Yes, as far as those of us that are assimilating, we strive to be that same image, and we look at it as a form of success.
Yes, we do, man.
We value the way we are perceived from Caucasian people, European, white, whatever you want to call them. We value that more so than we do each other. We have far more respect. We put on fronts just so we can get along. And I like how you put it. A lot of us work for a racist boss or a racist business owner, and we know it, but we put on that, hey, how you doing? Hey, good morning, boss. We put that on, knowingly. So how come we can't have that same respect for one another? That's the issue. That is the problem that I see with it, Khonsu. Mm-hmm. And I see Kanye doing that. Mm-hmm. I see him doing that. He's got the hat. He's changed the hat. He told Trump he changed the hat, and it just says, "Let's make America great." He took the again off, and he said, and he put Trump. He was putting Trump on the spot the whole time. He said, at the Super Bowl, I want to see President Trump wearing that hat, make America great. And I want to see Kaepernick wearing that hat, standing next to him, which that's not going to happen.
Right.
Cap don't need to do any of that. That's why he's doing what he's doing, how he's doing.
35 million reasons not to do it.
Yeah, he don't have to do it like that. Even though Nike used him and pimped him, we know that now, but Cap he can do something. He's going to do something with that money. He's been doing it with the money he had. So I shout Cap out, and he keeps it low key. He could be doing, you know how much money he could be making doing interviews, just going around and hitting all the major TV shows and radio shows. He could be making so much money doing that, and he's not. That shows you what he's really about. How then on earth can you sit? That's where everybody is tonight, watching Thursday night football. How then can you sit and watch the NFL?
Well, let me create a paradoxical shift here, King, because I know time is of the essence here. We only got a couple hours.
Yes.
I want everybody to pay attention to Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, juxtaposed to Kanye and Kendrick Lamar. And I'm gonna tell you why, because this is how we get promoted as black rednecks. And we get promoted because we learned the redneck culture from rednecks. White Liberals and Black Rednecks is a book written by Thomas Sowell. He's a black economist, something he's very controversial. But we assimilate the redneck culture. Case in point, the definition for skeezer, when we look in the Urban Dictionary, right, which is sort of credible when it comes to slang, not academia, okay? But we do have African-American verbiage that is listed as a lingua franca now, linguistically. It says a skeezer is an evil, angry, scandalous, emotionally unstable, and psychologically disturbed female predator that will typically blame men for the irresponsible and use good men to support her selfish, inappropriate, and irresponsible lifestyle. Ooh. She will also use her children or get pregnant if she has to, and will set no limit to get what she wants. Now, who does that sound like?
Wow.
Who does that? But I do not see a bevy of black people organizing to talk about Nicki Minaj when in her one of her most popular songs this year, she says she's going to shake her ass like a stank hole. And then we got Cardi B that's pregnant by another wild dude, and she's throwing shoes at an event.
Wow.
At another person. But we don't talk about that. No, we don't use the coon word for that. Those are just powerful, independent women.
There's some words I use for it just as powerful and just as, you know.
In our era, we never dated a skeezer. You didn't date a skeezer, and women didn't date a drug dealer. Now, the drug dealer is respected, and the skeezer gets married. When the hell? We didn't do that, King. You know that.
No.
Now, Kanye is talking politics, and he's a coon.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know. Is it because he has money? You think that people just secretly don't like Kanye?
But a drug dealer got money. Hell, T.I. opened up a trap museum and nobody said nothing.
And they love T.I. T.I. talks about and teaches our kids to trap and how to trap properly. There's a proper way to trap.
It's a proper etiquette in order to trap. Yeah, he even has the vernacular now.
Right.
He got this new vocabulary now.
Yeah, he's gonna write books. He's created a museum. There, all the trap artists have their own rooms. There's a Jeezy room. The walls are made of keys to cocaine. It's a wonderful thing. And if you're ever in Atlanta, you should go there to the Trap Museum and support black.
Look, they asked him, how long is the Trap Museum going to be there? You know what he said on The Breakfast Club? You know what the man said?
What did he say?
He said it's going to be there as long as they keep paying. If they don't pay, I'm shutting it down.
Wow.
So it's not even heartfelt. It's a commercial marketing scheme.
Right.
But Kanye makes the headlines because this is a young black rapper from Chicago who grew up educated, and his mother, single mother, got her psychological degree, worked her ass off to send her son to college. He dropped out of college, pursued his passion, and become one of the greatest music icons in history of music. And he's sitting in the White House talking about freeing the gang leader of the Gangster Disciples because he felt that he was part of a conspiracy, and that's how he got locked up.
Yeah.
And we don't even see that. But your toughest gangster rappers never made it to the White House to say that to the president of the United States.
No. Or talk about reparations directly to his face. I don't know if they even brought that up to Barack. And Barack would have told him, look, man. Don't even go there. Don't even take it there.
Did you hear what Kanye quoted about saying about Obama? See, Chicagoans, we know personally. Mm. Barack Obama was in office for 8 years and didn't do a thing. So, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
And we've got to get past that kind of thinking, you know, that's just, oh man, we got a black man in the White House. It should have been more than that. We should have required more than that. I actually sided with Tavis Smiley and what's the brother's name? Dr. Cornel West. I sided with them, and I was with them when they were asking and questioning and really looking at. They didn't fall in love with Barack, especially that second term. Now, the first term, I did. I was just caught up in that. The second term, okay, I want to see something now. I want to see you directly say something to us. We put you there. But see, when you don't drop that money, when you was just putting $5 in on the campaign, remember Barack had it to where you could donate money. So if you didn't put any significant amount of money, then your issues are not being heard. I don't know. You know, love the family, the girls. Michelle's beautiful, you know.
Yeah.
The girl's beautiful. It was a beautiful picture. It's definitely better than what we see now. But ask yourself honestly, what got done? If you were homosexual or female, you were cool. You were straight. But what got done? What really got done? So I applaud Kanye for being up in there. And I, you know, you kind of have if you've been rocking with Ye for a minute, you kind of have an understanding of how he kind of thinks. He's going, and that's just like anybody. Look, I'm going to talk about some things you're going to agree with. Then I might say something that you totally disagree with and be like, what the hell are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
That's a normal way of communicating, and it's okay. So I don't have a problem with Kanye. I like you, Khonsu, I was shocked and very pleased that he said some of the things that he did get to say. You know, he said it. He said, man, if you taking the jobs out of the center, the heartbeat of the city, then people are going to do things to get into trouble. They're going to do things because they got to survive. He said that. You know, so I applaud him on those moments. He had some shining bright moments. All right, man, we need to move on, man. It's a quarter till. So let's do that. Let's do that thing we do. Let's raise the vibrations, man, and come back and give him some more of this work. Real quick, shout out to Elon Musk. Shout out to Elon Musk. Elon Musk donated or made sure that the Flint schools, my hometown, Flint, Michigan, Flint schools get water stations, filtration systems, and other things that they're going to need for the school year. So shout out to Elon Musk. Had to do that. All right, Khonsu.
Much love to him, man. Much love to him. Definitely. Again, you know, sometimes it doesn't make the news, sometimes it does. So yeah, man, you know, we're going to raise the vibration, man. You know, of course, this is what we do. You know, we're going to do something a little, you know, some avant-garde mixed with some present-day music. You know, we love music here at WMLR, brother. So sit back and listen, man. We're going to do something a little smooth for y'all, man. So sit back and listen, man. WMLR, brother. The Melanated King.
You fucking rap niggas. Hustle man, a shooter, that's a fact, nigga. 32 extendos in my Mac, nigga. Spend 1,000 on some t-shirts up at Saks, nigga. I ain't nothing like you fucking rap niggas. Hustle man, a shooter, that's a fact, nigga. 32 extendos in my Mac, nigga. Spend 1,000 on some t-shirts up at Saks, nigga. V12 in the valet, black on black, nigga. SA in the valley, do my tax, nigga. White boy in Manhattan, pay my tax, nigga. Drive out to the Hamptons to relax, nigga. I stopped smoking weed, then I relapsed, nigga. Travel around the world, then I came back, nigga. Worth a couple million, that's a fact, nigga. But I am nothing like you fucking rap niggas. I own all the rights to all my raps, nigga. German plates with sheepskin on my mats, nigga. Murder rate increasing if I snap, nigga. Ain't no hanging out, we take y'all off and double back, nigga. Open trust accounts, deposit racks, nigga. $1 million life insurance on my flesh, nigga. Beamers, Benz, Bentleys, or a Lex, nigga. Ferraris in them Lambos, that's what's next, nigga. I ain't nothing like you fucking rap niggas. Hustle man, a shooter, that's a fact, nigga. 32 extendos in my Mac, nigga. Spend 1,000 on some t-shirts up at Saks, nigga. I ain't nothing like you fucking rap niggas. Hustle man, a shooter, that's a
some t-shirts up at Saks, nigga. AMG Mercedes back to back, nigga. Chopper to his face, now that's a rap, nigga. The streets talking, that's a rap, nigga. Yo, P.O. call you up, look, that's a trap, nigga. Beat that case, that was that, nigga. Told the world, look, I'm back, nigga. Say my deal, then I'm crack, nigga. They folded, so I left, nigga. Can't a motherfucker tell me shit, nigga. We the no limit of the West, nigga. Percy Miller at his best, nigga. Jigger with the rollie and the vest, nigga. Acne jeans and Giuseppe's, nigga. Serving fiends off the steps, nigga. Murder sprees for the set, nigga. All facts ain't no motherfucking threat, nigga. I ain't nothing like you fucking rap niggas. Hustle man, a shooter, that's a fact, nigga. 32 extendos in my Mac, nigga. Spend 1,000 on some t-shirts up at Saks, nigga. I ain't nothing like you fucking rap niggas. Hustle man, a shooter, that's a fact, nigga. 32 extendos in my Mac, nigga. Spend 1,000 on some t-shirts up at Saks, nigga.
Black is so right here on WMLR.
Double up, 3 or 4 times, I ain't telling no lies, I just run it up. Never let a hard time humble was. Double up, I ain't telling no lies, I just, yeah. I ain't telling no lies, I just
5, 4, 3, 2, that's time. I got to you that money, my dreams come true, my life in diamonds. Who knew? Who knew? Who knew? Who knew?
Turn 7 to a 14, 14 to a whole thing. Lord knows it's a cold game. Switched up on you hoes, man. Big body take both lanes. Backseat blowing propane. All black, 5 gold chains. Young rich nigga bossed up on his own, man. My new shit sound like a soul train. Tookie Williams over Coltrane. Eric B by the rope chain. RC, we for show bang. Tiny Lokes and they go crazy. What you know about the dope game? Was you born in the 80s? Did your mama smoke cocaine? Have you ever seen the whole thing? But you drove to the streets cause you grew up on show change. Fucked up when the dope bags. It remind me when these rappers drop duds and they quotes change. Had to part with the low fade. I was standing in front of Knicks with my sack for the whole day. Drive-bys, that was road rage. And we park and hop out, learn levels to this whole thing. Old school play the OJs, tryna make a slow change. Mama still slaving for a low wage. Tryna double up, yeah. 3 or 4 times, I ain't telling no lies, I just run it up. Never let a hard time humble was.
3, 2, that's time. I got to you that money, my dreams come true, my life in diamonds. Who knew? Who knew? Who knew? Who knew?
Behind if you let me. Ironic, I drown just to hold you down. I jump off the ledge if you're with me. I break you up, you just let me down. Let me down.
Need more money and chain too.
Let me down.
Hard to catch what you can't see. I grew up to be who I wanna be, so the more niggas talk, I'ma shine.
Might have been way before it's time. Posted with my back against the wall. Life is a bitch, but she mine. The rag 6 deuce, yeah, it's mine. The west side too, yeah, it's mine. What you know about? Your poster on the wall at the dealership. Leaving in the bed, legs trembling. Getting banged on for your penalties. What you know about? Your response be the reason you exist. Lucky I ain't get caught up in the twist. Young nigga, blue pager on my hip, so as the champagne spill and the car accelerate and the beat gon' cry. I'll be going to the bank at least 3-4 times. Get handshakes from the branch managers. We keep doing fly shit when the cameras cut.
Double up, yeah. 3 or 4 times, I ain't telling no lies, I just run it up. Never let a hard time humble us. Double up. I ain't telling no lies, I just, yeah. Double up. I ain't telling no lies, I just, yeah. I ain't telling no lies, I just
5, 4, 3, 2, that's time. I got to you that money. My dreams come true. My life in diamonds. Who knew? Who knew? Who knew?
Behind if you let me. Ironic, I drown just to hold you down. I jump off the ledge if you're with me. I bring you up, you just let me down. Let me down.
The Melanated King, Melanated King, Melanated King.
dipping, hit the switches, which is one reason why I gotta make mine. Cause these fools on the streets trying to take mine. What's up, lady? Time's getting shady, you gotta lick stick with it. That's why I'm sick with it. Hard to maintain in this world of pain, but I'ma serve these rhymes like dimes of cane. Why can't we just chill and get along, motherfucker? The views you choose to use is wrong, motherfucker. Relax, me and Baby S got it mapped to a T. Just ride with me, battle cat in the back with a sack on D. Rhyme with the young OG. Dipping down the shaw, fuck all of y'all. Let's we bounce, rock, skate on threes.
We can freak it, freak if you want to. Dine if you want to, but come in that cadence. Know that we can freak it, if you want to. Dine if you want to, but come in that cadence.
Let me tell you how I started on the grind for mine. Living life in my rear view. S nigga, here you about to drop the bomb. Record one in Blue Palm, the Yukon. St. John hooked my shit up bomb. Full controlling. Rolling with my nigga from the pound. Put my shit in cruise control with bitches all around. Make me feel like a G once more. He once flow for free. Now it's all about the G's and he.
Oh yeah. Blaze up a whole sack to the head. We wear khakis, nigga, fuck jeans. I'm sure all the G's know what I mean. Lil Lokes, young G's, and OGs. We wanna smash some cash and that's it. We hit the stash, we dash and that's it. We don't flash, we mash, we blast shit. And we don't give a fuck about a bitch.
We can freak if you want to. Dine if you want to, but come in that cadence. Know that we can freak if you want to. Dine if you want to, but come in that cadence.
Give it up, nigga. Throw it up, nigga. 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 Why you tripping with me? Why you kick it with me? Just bomb the block, combine the knots. I got me somebody bad as shit. While all the rest of y'all is mad as shit. I'm ripping down the street in the sky blue vent. Pull up to the curb, then swerve gent. 10 of the homies are made me left, but they all ride with corrupt cat, baby, yes. So
we can freak if you want to. Dine if you want to.
Yeah. WMLR, West Coast Boogie.
Yeah, Battle Cat. Yeah.
Rolling the spliff, riding down Van Nuys. Yeah. Can't beat it, man. WMLR, brother. West Coast Music Cluster, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That sounded great, man. Sounded great. It's the WMLR Music Cluster. We do it on every show now. A lot of people really dig it, and we hope that you enjoy it. We put it together for you. We do it for you, right? That's what we do it for.
Right.
All right, man. We're at the top of the hour, so let's get into it. Everybody's wanting to know. They see the flyer. Why do black men cheat? Let's go there, man. We ready to put it out there. I'm ready, Khonsu. Do your thing, man. Get it. I'm gonna turn it over to you. Let's get it.
Well, I've looked at an article from Psychology Today. One of my favorite resources. And, my question was, why do men cheat? And then furthermore, why do black men cheat? Because I believe that there are cultural differences. And different reasons. Well, the public opinion is, here are some statements, King. Every guy wants to have sex with other women. And when the opportunity arises, he takes it. Now these are statements that are generally known when men are confronted with cheating. It's publicly known that it's a man's biological imperative to have sex with as many women as he can. Why should I be any different? This is what Psychology Today says most men typically say. If I got enough or better sex at home, I wouldn't need to cheat. Whew. I'm not doing anything that most of my buddies don't do. If you don't believe me, ask them. If my wife hadn't gained so much weight, or she was nicer to me or more attentive, I wouldn't have even thought about going elsewhere. If my job wasn't so stressful, I wouldn't need the release I get from online sex. Cheating? Really? I mean, who would rationally call getting a lap dance in a strip club infidelity? It's just what guys do for fun. My dad looked at magazines and went to strip clubs, and that wasn't a big deal. Well, I have webcam chats and interactive sex. What's the difference? If the police had been out chasing actual bad guys, I wouldn't have gotten caught in that prostitution sting. Why don't they go after some real criminals? And last but not least, I'm only sexting and flirting. What's the harm in that? I don't meet up with any of these women in person. It's just a game. Now, I also have some other factors that drive the cheating, but I want your perspective on those publicly known excuses that men make when confronted by their women.
Well, I say that, you know, that is a typical mindset of a man who is unaware of a few things. That would be my umbrella answer. Do you want me to elaborate?
Yes. Yes, King. Yes.
Well, see, my thing is this, and we want to make sure that this is it's never an all thing. Okay, this is generality, and I don't care. There have been a lot of men that said comedians, all black men cheat. That is not true. I think when you have a certain understanding about things, such as energy transferring and things of that nature, scientific understanding of what happens when you have sex with a woman, how you impart energy into a woman when you have sex and make love to a woman. And so I think you and then especially you add in the maturity, the maturation, you're getting older. You just, you know, you understand the benefit of having one good woman, and unless you are into the, you know, polygamy lifestyle, and more power to you. One is a headache. I don't know how you can deal with several. So, but I think that's a mindset thing as well there, Khonsu. What do you think? Well, I'm gonna throw that back to you, man, and let you answer that question.
So you gonna volley it back over the net?
Yeah, I'm gonna volley it back to you. And let you take that one, brother. Go ahead.
No, I think that these general, minimal, and rational effects are what a lot of men say. I know I'm getting an echo from somewhere, but yeah, it's what a lot of men say, and it's interesting how it does play out this way sometimes for men who are not centered. So
there you go.
If you're not centered in your masculinity and secure, and I'm telling you guys, the biggest, my fellow kings, do not lie.
Yeah.
Man, if you tell the truth from day one, you'll get just the woman you're looking for. You
Yeah.
may not get the one you want, but you will get the one you need. I promise you that. I promise you that. But there are some solutions that were brought to the forefront in the same article, man. I thought they were pretty good. And I'll shoot them out there, okay?
Okay, let me say this too.
Okay.
As black men, and Khonsu, you touched on this a while ago. We have to stop being weak for the JJ. I'm gonna keep it family friendly. We got to stop being weak for it. You know, just use self-control. It's about self-mastery. Yes, it can be difficult. I know, I've been there, done that. It can be very difficult, but you can do it. You know what keeps me in place? I hate the notion that all black men cheat. I hate that notion. Because to me, when you cheat on your woman, you don't care about your woman. You just don't. You don't. I'm sorry. If you did, then you wouldn't disrespect her like that, because if she disrespected you like that, kings, let's be real, you'd be ready to tear something up and hurt somebody. So I'm all about not doing something to my queen that I don't want her doing. You feel me? So that's just where I'm at. You said, you know, you're not concerned about what your queen does when she's not around you. Well, I am. I want her to respect me. I want her to have that respect, you know, whether I'm there or not, you know, just like I do. So I just think, like you said, if you're not centered, if you are a black man who is not centered in knowledge of self, knowledge of your spirituality, and who you are and who the black woman is, we try. They make it difficult, which is what we're going to talk about, why black men cheat when they do cheat. They make it very difficult, Khonsu. There's no question about that. We love our queens, but they make it difficult. They truly do, man. Mm-hmm. I'm telling the truth. They hard-headed. They don't like to listen half the time. So, you know, we're going to get into that, though. But go ahead, man. You wanted to throw the solutions out there. Go ahead.
Well. I'll say this, man. Before we get to the solutions, you did make a point that we do have to be particular in how we address this. Because, again, we're talking about black men juxtaposed to white men. There is a difference, contrary to popular belief. There is a cultural difference in the way that we assimilate, the way that we think. And some of the reasons, because if a woman cheats, she's battered. If a black woman cheats, she's battered. Something must have been wrong with the guy. You know, he deserved it. All these other kind of things came. You know how that goes. You know the drill. But again, the stigma that black men don't have an emotional core is just where this is going. Because black men, we have an emotional core.
We're humans.
We're human
beings.
Crying
out loud. See, that's another thing I hate. I mean, come on. Oh, you're emotional. Yeah, I'm a human. I have emotions.
Last time I checked.
Damn, really? We're not supposed to feel or say anything as black men. We're really not.
It's just supposed to be like, focus, grow up, suck it up, shut up. Do some push-ups.
Yeah. Right.
So, now these are like 13 factors. I'm not gonna list the talk up behind each one. It'll take up too much time. But immaturity, co-occurring issues, insecurity, the it's over stage where you got two versions of that one. Lack of male social support, confusion about limerence versus commitment. Now that's the word of the day that I wanted to sneak in there. It's limerence. 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 Okay? So I want you guys to test with another person. Typically experienced involuntarily and characterized by a strong desire for reciprocation of one's feelings, but not primarily for a sexual relationship. So we go through that too, ladies. We're not just sexually driven. Sometimes we just need that feeling of reciprocity and completeness. So limerence versus commitment. Childhood abuse. Selfishness. Terminal uniqueness. Unfettered impulse. Unrealistic expectations, and anger and revenge. Now, there are talk-ups to it, but King, I know that you, with More Love, a phenomenal show that's here on WMLR, you go into these things in a very unique way. Immaturity, man. And we talking about because the man might not have a lot of experience in a committed relationship. He may not understand that his actions will lead to hurting somebody. What's your opinion on that?
Well, it's true. A lot of us we don't think conscientiously. We think with our conscious, what we're aware of and what we like, what we don't like and what we'll tolerate, what we won't, those types of things. We don't think conscientiously. And that's something that's kind of been taught to us. Now, naturally, when we start dealing with the nature of ourselves, then we come to the realization that, hey, you know what I do affects my queen. So I've got to make sure that when I go out, I'm representing my queen, and I know that I'm representing my queen. You see? So that's a conscientious thinker. I don't want to do something that I know would hurt that person or upset that person. I love that person. So I'm not, or disrespect that person. I'm not going to be that. I'm not going to do that. So I think that a lot of us, we don't think with a conscientious frame of mind. As men, honestly, we don't. Because we are unaware. We don't know. We only know what we've been taught. And until our women start realizing this is what's going to make it so difficult for women to deal with it, because they're going off of what they were taught, and they think it takes precedence over you and what you've been taught. They don't look at us as emotional beings. And again, this is lack of conscientious thinking. And I think until we get to a place where we can do that and learn to effectively communicate, then we run into these issues of infidelity.
Yes.
That's one of the reasons why black men cheat, is because there's a breakdown in communications. And I just can't, I can talk to this other girl better than I can talk to you. And the women do the same thing. They have their little guys on ice that they talk to, and they feel like they can talk to. I can talk to him. And fellas, kings, you know, be careful, right? You got a queen and you building your relation bridge. Be careful of that single one that'll come and start telling you her problems that she's got with some dude she's dealing with. Remember I told you that. And then it could be too, because you got something strong going on. She want to see if she can break that up. So here she comes with the side. So I'm not happy. He doesn't talk to me. He doesn't listen. I can talk to you, and you listen to, you get me. When those are red flag phrases, get away. I'm telling you, move away. If you don't want to deal with it, move or get away. It's putting yourself in a bad bind. So you gotta be careful, man.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I mean, you know, and there are a couple other topics, but for the sake of time, you know, I did speak of some of the solutions. I'm gonna touch on the key ones. You know, insecurity. It's for some reason, you know, it's a stigma that men can't afford to be insecure. You know, he may feel he's too old. Maybe he feels he's too young. Maybe he feels he's not handsome, not rich enough, not smart enough. It's a lot of males that cheat because of their insecurity or going through midlife crisis. It happens, especially if his ego starts to waver when he gets older. He needs validation from women other than his mate to say, well, I still am substantial. What do you think about that?
It's true, man. When you are not really taught to love yourself, as you get older, it plays a part. And so you seek to feel that love from outside entities. It's true. Very true. Insecurity is a big thing. If you are like you spoke on midlife crisis or whatever, you know, it may have been a while since you've been with a woman, and so now you start feeling inadequate, you know, or like, man, maybe I don't have enough. Finances is always, I think that's a lot of brothers, a big insecurity for most men, if not all, but I'm going to say most. But yeah, that can definitely be a problem. Yeah, insecurity is a good one. Yeah, it's a good one.
You might be onto something with that last what you just said, because it is a very tough situation with the finances, because we're put in a provide, protect situation when we don't have the same resources to do that on a consistent basis.
We don't, you know, unless you build in something on your own. But now let's face it, fellas, a lot of us are in situations where our woman makes more than we make. They have given the opportunities to our queens in order to promote an independent black woman. See, we got to pay attention to the traps and the tricks, right? So yes, that causes an insecurity. You know why too? Because we want to be that provider. We men are natural fixers. I heard Baba Valentine talk about this. Men are natural fixers. We want to fix. If something's wrong with our queen, we want to fix it, right? And most of the time, the way we have to fix something is going to be financially when we're dealing with our women. That's just the way it is. You might want to take her somewhere. It might be an anniversary coming up, a birthday coming, anything, and you just like, oh, damn, man, I don't have enough money. You stress. You literally stress about it. And it affects you physically.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's something, man. When you think about it, it's powerful stuff.
Right? And you know, I want to touch next to what the King Tehuti talked about when it comes to finance. This one right here is very prevalent. And my beautiful melanated queens, we need your assistance when we're pursuing you with this. And let me read the talk up on this one, King, because you really talk about this in phase 2 of your breakdown in relationships. Phase 2.
Power struggle.
The power struggle. It says confusion about limerence versus commitment. He might misunderstand the difference between romantic intensity and long-term love, mistaking the neurochemical rush of early romance, technically referred to as limerence, for love, and failing to understand that in healthy long-term relationships, limerence is replaced over time with less intense but ultimately more meaningful forms of connection.
Mm-hmm.
This happens almost every time. It's happened to me. It's happened to most of us. We meet this woman, that neurological chemical kicks in called testosterone, and we say that's the one. And because we are testosterone based, our nature rises, and boom, we're in it to win it. And then when it burns out, we realize that this person is not a long-term situation. And queens, I tell you this, and I know my sons are probably rolling around, shaking their heads because they tune in. You got to be more sexually disciplined for us because we're testosterone based. You got to hold your virtue. You really got to force this man to be who he should be before you give your sex to him. And a lot of brothers will understand that when they get older. I wish I was more sexually disciplined. I would have avoided a whole bunch of crazy ass relationships I was in. I really, when we get in our 40s, like I'm in, we learn it, man. And now we riding in the Cadillac on cruise control with relationships. 40 is a wonderful age, y'all.
Yes, it is.
What's your opinion, King, on that, man?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about understanding the science of what it is you're doing when you exchange this energy. First of all, you have to understand that that's what it is. That's always, to me, Khonsu, the biggest downfall of our people. We will not identify a thing really for what it is. We won't even identify ourselves for who we are. We have a hard time doing that. And we get caught up in the wordplay. And then we get lazy with it. And so we just create a word for it. And this is what it is. You know, when you understand that when you have sex, when you give your gift to a queen, because you are giving too. That's another thing. That's a whole nother show. Stop letting the women feel like they're the only ones giving. You're giving as well. Matter of fact, like Bilal said, I did most of the work. You put in most of the work, King. So you got to understand what it is you're doing, right? You are giving a part of yourself. The queen is not giving to you. Her essence is not going into you. Your essence is going into her. You are giving. Man, listen, when you have a full understanding of a thing, you master it. That's just it. So yeah, we got to get a real understanding of what it is we're doing, man, and why we get into the limerence, why we confuse limerence with a real commitment. Look, you don't know that you're really going to be committed until y'all have that first fallout, and then how you recover from it, or if you recover from it. That's how you determine whether it was limerence. I was just feeling her, man. She excited me. It was new. You know, the newness, the honeymoon phase, limerence. I like that. That's how you determine it. So yes, and as the same call and the same challenge that Khonsu issued to the women, I'm gonna issue it to the men. Because kings, we can do it. For real. Just think about it like if you've been locked up. You can't get none. So when you meet a woman, you can make her wait. You can wait. You should wait. You really should. It's just very important. We talk about the 5 love languages. There's so much you need to learn about a person, really, honestly, before you give yourself. Honestly, most of the time, Khonsu, when you lead it with that, maybe not every time, but most of the time, when you lead off with that, when you lead off with sex, you get to jumping in the sack, and you are dwelling in limerence, then you're going to confuse the two, and you're probably going to have a problem on your hands.
Yeah, and definitely, you know, I remember we touched on this. You had touched on this, King, a few shows back, hypersexuality. It's very rampant in Black communities because, again, the value system, the core value system and the interaction of the Black queen, the Black king is a facade of true African cultivation. The African spiritual cultivation, sex and nudity is not even looked at in the same way as a European looks.
Yep.
This is why Africans would be able to be nude around a male because he was conditioned to not be sexually attracted to the nudity. If he did become sexually attracted, he could actually get in serious trouble for that.
Yeah.
Like they would condition their males to be sexually balanced. So I mean, it's wild, man. It's vital. It's vital, and that's why I wanted to touch on that.
Yeah, it is. That's great. Go ahead to the next one. We got time. We heading to the bottom of the hour. We got about another 10 minutes.
Well, you know, okay. Well, this one is pretty pretty prevalent, and again, it's a stigmata: childhood abuse. You know, he may be reacting or latently responding to unresolved childhood trauma. Neglect, emotional abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse. And his childhood wounds may have created his attachment and intimacy issues. You know, we touched on this before, kings and queens.
Yeah.
Rape.
Yeah.
You know, I was propositioned early on by my babysitter. You know, these things can affect, you never know how it affects us as men, and these things are prevalent. I mean, what's your opinion on that, King?
Very, very true, man. This is powerful stuff, and a real eye opener, kings. If you really are honest with yourself about things, definitely. You know, we've seen situations where a person becomes a homosexual because of molestation or rape or abuse of some sort, and that's both men and women. So we know the effect of it. Understand the science of sex and how it's presented causes these types of outcomes. So without question, man, sexual abuse, rape, molestation definitely plays a big part in us being able to determine what it is we're engaging in. Is this limerence or is this the real thing? That's true. Definitely. Yes. I can see how that would affect it for sure.
And see, and when we talk about the abuse, another topic is terminal uniqueness. And this is how it's written up here because I've never heard of this term.
Terminal uniqueness.
This is something new in the world of psychology. They use this term. It says he may feel like he is different and deserves something special that other men might not. And the usual rules just don't apply to him. So he is free to reward himself outside his primary relationship wherever he wants. Now, let me tell you, terminal uniqueness is literally narcissism.
That's what it is.
So, ladies and men, brothers, it's narcissism.
See how they put all these different names? That's all it is, narcissism. We did that. Khonsu broke that all the way down.
Right.
It's straight narcissism.
Right.
Terminal uniqueness. Come on.
So
peace to my brother Deshaun. Speaking of terminal uniqueness,
peace, bro.
That's my brother Deshaun Goodwin. Peace, man. Welcome, man. Wow, yeah, that's not no, and Deshaun is not a narcissist. I'm joking with you. He knows why I say that, but
Yes, sir.
no, he's not a narcissist. But yeah, that's what that is, Khonsu. I told you said it out. I had to say it again. Terminal unique. Wait a minute. That's narcissism, man. Yeah, narcissism. Terminal uniqueness. So this is another reason why a black man will cheat, because he feels a sense of entitlement. And again, what it says it in the scriptures, Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed due to their lack of knowledge, their lack of information, their lack of being able to apply the information that they get when they get it.
Woo.
It speaks to that. So yeah, man, definitely a narcissist behavior. I'm entitled. I'm the man. She's the woman. That's the way it is. I'm supposed to have more than one. Look, if you didn't agree and you got to sneak to do it, then it ain't. You out of pocket. You know it. You don't want to get killed. You want to get Lorena Bobbitt because you messing around, sneaking in and cheating in the next room. So don't even do it. Why put yourself in that boat?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly, man. And this is, and I'll touch on this last one. A combination of two: unfettered impulse and unrealistic expectations. We are very impulsive sexually, and we don't even think about cheating until an opportunity arises, and boom, we do it. And then we go into a remorseful situation, regardless of how she feels. And the reason is because we're marketed the image of a white stoic male as our precedent of success.
Yeah.
And the way you understand that is that you have to study your oppressor. When you study their social activity, if you notice, white women were thoroughly disrespected and oppressed to the point that they created a movement called the ERA. The Equal Rights Amendment is what they wanted to push because they wanted independence of the oppressive white males who historically went around conquering, pillaging, and destroying. Henceforth, the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant who had a long history across the globe of destruction to the point that he would control and destroy his own queen. So, and we emulate those actions psychologically and neurologically because we try to live up to a cultural standard that isn't ours. And so these unrealistic expectations, man, can lead a black man into cheating. And really, queens and kings, this is for you guys to become more relative, psychologically on how we address these social issues so we're not so harsh on one another, man. It's a two-way street with men and women when it comes to cheating. Men can be just as victimizing or victimized when this situation happens.
It's so true. And it's to better promote, because that's what we do here. We promote the ideology of real relation bridges between a black man and a black woman. Look, the bottom line is this: we have to learn one another, but you can only do that when you truly learn who you are. Kings, until you truly learn who you are, there's no way you can understand who the black woman is. I'm just saying. Okay? As long as you keep assimilating what you've been taught and what you think is all these years it was the truth, it wasn't. It wasn't. There's some things you're going to have to unlearn and reverse your thinking on. There was a time when we revered our queens. There was that time. And so if it was understood that we are exclusive, we're exclusive. If it was understood that, okay, I'm marrying you, you, and you, and you, then that's what it was. And like you said, Khonsu, things were done for different reasons. We chase a dopamine rush a lot of times. My theory as to why anybody cheats. And it goes with everything that you talked about before and what you laid out tonight. We chase a dopamine rush. we're dope fiends when it comes to it. That's where the hypersexuality comes in. All of our music is talking about doing it and getting it. Now, when you got your queen and you know, you can talk about that all you want. That's what that's for. You know, when you in your situation, but now we're getting to a point where it's out of control. It's just out here, just like boom. And I think that's what it is, Khonsu. It's just a lack of knowledge on things, man. Gotta get our.
It is, bro.
Gotta get that right.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
But you know, it's to change gears, man. I wanted to talk about, you know, the black extremists, man. You wanted to talk about that tonight. I thought it was pretty dynamic.
Yeah, I wanna touch on that, but we got the King's Kounsel, man. I got two hot letters that came to us, so we got to be in a counseling mode tonight too. So you're the producer, all right?
I'm on the ones and twos.
Yeah, you're on the ones and twos. So let's go ahead. We're gonna look. This is what we go.
Go ahead, King. Go ahead.
Well, what I'm just gonna let everybody know, because the time kind of got away from us, all right? And the Kanye thing, because I just learned about that, and that just happened today, so we had to talk about that. We were hoping to get some feedback from it, from the listeners today, but I honestly think that the football game got everybody's attention tonight. I don't know, but it's all good. It's all good.
But you know what, King, I want to touch on another situation, and I'll play the cluster next week, and I want to show something because the show is flowing this way. The FBI crime stats. Because, again, the misrepresentation of our beautiful black people. We just don't know what this European is doing to us. Let me transition the screen, y'all, and show y'all something. These are the crime table, number 67. There's an A and there's a B. Free to go. You're free to go online. Just Google FBI crime table number 67 for 2017. Do you guys see these? Do you see these stats? Do you guys see they complain about us? There's an A and there's a B.
Wow.
Murder and manslaughter, whites are at 52%. We're at 45%. Look at the rate. Look at the rate. They complain about us.
Wow.
Look at the robbery stat, where's the only one where we are leading, and it's because bad neighborhoods are not bad because it's black people there. They're bad because it's poverty there. You go to a trailer park, you're gonna have the same crime because it's poverty in trailer parks. And they don't address that because we get marketed by the narrative and we don't trust the process. This is what happens. Look at burglary, King.
I see it, man.
Come on. I mean, we're not even close.
Not even close.
We're not even close.
Wow.
This is the FBI, everybody.
I'm really surprised by the motor vehicle theft. Look at the difference there.
It's ridiculous.
Arson.
It's ridiculous.
Wow.
Look at the drug abuse.
And you would never know this if you don't put this. See, if people like Khonsu and myself, primary researchers and peripheral investigators, if this information doesn't get out, we don't know this about ourselves. Just look at Kanye in the White House. Holler. That's the first thing we ready to holler is about black on black crime. Guys, knowledge, information. You got to have that to understand what's really going on. Look at this. This is amazing.
We are averaging under 20%, 25% for all major crimes in the United States. And they're averaging 70% of the rest of the crimes.
Look at drug abuse. Look at drug abuse down at the bottom.
Ridiculous. Wow. Number one, we can't afford the drugs, guys. We can't afford to buy them. Who do you think sells it to us to sell to you? Look at what's crazy. Embezzlement, fraud, and forgery. Ridiculous. But we're painted a different picture, guys. We are in a matrix. This is, my catch line is always change your matrix. You gotta change your perception of your environment. You are a beautiful black god. You are greater than the narrative. You are the process. It is out of the frivolity of white people, the insecurity of white people, that they suppress you. They've never been the supreme to us and never will be. Their own agency shows it. We don't run the FBI. But you listen to an extreme leftist, well, blacks, you got black on black crime. You guys are doing it to yourselves. Well, the records are showing, no, we don't. No, we don't. As a matter of fact, it's staggering. It's not even close. But our jail cells are full of us. How are the jail cells full of black men, King, and black women, but the whites are committing all the crimes?
Yeah.
So go ahead, Tim.
If you do not understand the system of racism, white and Jewish supremacy, what it is and how it works, and everything you think you know, anything you think you know about racism will only confuse you. These are the things that we are seeing, and this is crazy. This ties right into the FBI, so-called FBI, or the Black Identity Extremist groups. This is a new label. And some of you are probably familiar with this, that they put out a few years ago, well, last year, as a matter of fact, came out this time last year, around in August, where they are saying that extremists are likely motivated to target law enforcement officers. So this is what they made it all about. So this is for, let me tell you who this is for. The first case that happened was here in Dallas. A young brother by the name of Christopher Daniels. He also goes by Rakim Balagan. And this brother is a part of a movement here. And they are, they train gun preparedness. They do martial arts. They work in the communities. They feed people in the communities. They are a Pan-African black organization, organized movement. Well, this brother was the first brother who was prosecuted under this new so-called law, or whatever you want to call this. We're calling it COINTELPRO 2.0. That's really all it is. It's the same thing that happened to the Panthers and any black movement that built and organized. This is what they do. They got to say, oh, well, they're a threat to the police. And so this is amazing that you show this tonight. You show this list of the differential between the races as far as the crimes that are committed and things like that. And it's amazing. But then yet and still, they put something together to keep us from organized. So please be careful what you're posting and what you're writing. This brother was detained and locked up for 6 months. And I don't know if we got time, Khonsu. We're running out of time.
Okay.
But we'll get to that another time. But yeah, this brother did 6 months in the county jail here in Dallas. He was released, and a brother caught him and interviewed him and talked to him about it. And it was just like, wow, anytime they saw him sitting in the park, and him and another brother that's in his movement, they sitting there with their guns, and 8 Dallas police cars pull up at the park that they're sitting at because somebody didn't call the police about these black men having guns out here. But they're worried about us terrorizing and doing harm to the police. And please know that they use these false, catastrophic, false flag incidents to promote this as well, to further it along, to move things. When things are going slow and we don't give them what they want, there'll be a false flag incident that happens. They'll show a brother with his fist up like this in a dashiki and make you you're able to identify a black identity extremist. Oh my God, he has on a dashiki. Oh my God, call the police. That's a uniform now. Think about that. Black identity extremist. That is amazing. We're the only ethnic group that cannot be race or have or demonstrate race pride. Think about that. But we support everybody else, so We okay with that because we love doing what everybody else doing, what they created. They don't have nothing to do with us. Don't have shit to do with us at all. So,
yes, sir. Well, you know, it's about that time, King.
It's that time, man.
Oh man, this is a great man. I really enjoy helping our people that you know that listen to WMLR. And you know, we got a new anthem, King. We always, you know, the King Tehuti is so gifted, man, with his music, man. You know, he's cold on the ones and twos, y'all. So we got a special segment, man. I'm gonna transition to it. You guys know about the King Kounsel. Well, it's time to get it in, y'all.
Let's do it. And now, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the King's Kounsel, exclusively on WMLR, More Life Radio, your #1 station dedicated to black emancipation. And now, all hail the Kings, the Kings, the Kings, the Kings.
Yes. Oh, man. That's right.
Yeah. WMLR. It's time for the King's Kounsel. Now, this is where we have asked for our listeners to send us anything, any kind of topic you have, you know, anything dealing with your relationship, parenting, anything like that. You can send it to us, email it to us at moreliferadio@gmail.com. The song said he felt like something like that was coming. Do you like that? Now, if you're really good, what 2 samples did I use? I used 2 samples in that.
I know it.
Can you tell me where they come from? Those 2 samples I used?
I can.
You can, Khonsu?
Oh, yeah, I'm a connoisseur.
Yeah.
A black movies? What? Can I say it now, or are we gonna let them guess online?
I want to see if somebody. We'll tell them before we close. At the end of the after the end of the.
Deshaun, get your weight up, boy.
Get your weight up. Can you tell me what 2 samples those were? And y'all are. I'll tell you how that came to be. It'll blow your mind. So we got 2 letters. I mean, these, man, I read these and was like, wow, man, we got 2 emails. And the first one says, "Peace, Kings. I have a huge problem, and I'm hoping that you 2 can help. My ex and I are still friends, and my wife knows this. But last week, we got a new neighbor, and it was my ex. Now, my wife has never seen her before or talked to her, so I'm wondering if it's necessary to tell my wife. My fear is that my wife might think it's a setup or that I knew about it already. What is a king to do? Help." Wow. So the brother's ex, they cool. She done moved in the block. She done moved next door to him. What is he to do, Khonsu? Does he tell his wife? Does he let her know? What does he do?
Yeah, he's gonna have to tell her, man. He's gonna have to. First, he's gonna have to talk to his ex. I don't know how. You know, he's being a little bit ambiguous, because when did you find out she was moving right next door to you?
Well, there's the thing. But if they're friends, they talk, right?
Exactly.
So it seemed like she would have told him. Maybe she don't know where he lives. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
There's so many different angles on that one. I don't know. And then the biggest question is, do you tell her? Yeah, hell yeah, you tell her. Man, look at here. You do not ever want your queen to find out something in that magnitude, especially something that she's going to feel embarrassed, like, damn, I didn't know your ex was living over here the whole time. Anything like that. And you don't tell her first, you're not the first one to tell her, it's going to be a problem. So I definitely would let her know, baby, listen, I don't know what this is about. I don't have nothing to do with this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know it was happening. Yeah, you're going to have to let her know.
Yeah, man, you got to.
And then you introduce them and hope that everybody can be friendly and everybody gets along and all is well over there. You'll never.
You better. You better. Better do it fast.
Man, that's crazy.
If your friend still kicks it with you, there's an element of likeness in that equation. Y'all used to date. Keep it funky. Keep it a buck.
Yeah, y'all used to smash. And think about it like this, right? What if her ex moves in next door and she don't tell you? Right. So you got to think of it like that too. You got to look at it like that. So you definitely sit your queen down, take her out, you know what I'm saying, and just break it to her, and then introduce her, let her know that everything is cool and ain't nothing going on, you know what I mean, and all can be well, all peaceful, man. That, you know, that's, I can understand where it would be a dilemma, because a lot of women are crazy. So if you tell them the truth, Khonsu, you know, if your woman is able to handle the truth, great. There are some women that can't handle the truth, Khonsu.
Right.
That's a fact.
Right.
That's a fact, man.
Exactly.
She gonna trip no matter what. You know, she gonna still accuse you of knowing, and it's a setup, and you told her about the house. You must have told that bitch the house was empty.
You can move over here.
How she get the landlord number, nigga? How she get the, you know? So she might, you know, it's hard to tell, man. Depends on your queen. You know, if she can handle the truth, then great. Yeah. Okay, the son said Coming to America was one, and the Black Panther, you're partially right. Coming to America one, you're right on that one. I give you that one. But where them horns come from? You got to go back far. You got to go back.
I know it. I know it.
You know it? Yeah. Did you know it when you heard it, Khonsu? Did you know instant?
Instant, because it's one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah, definitely. All right, the second letter. Kings, I have a very serious matter on my hands. My girl and her friend have been friends since elementary school. They do everything together, such as girls' night out, girls' trips, talk on the phones. It's about 2 or 3 times a day. Her friend isn't working and has a man too. The other day I had to work over, and I informed my girl that I would be late getting home. She kept asking what time I would be home, and I told her that I would be at least a couple hours late getting home. Long story short, I ended up not having to work over as long as I thought. I get home and I see her friend's car, right? No problem. Wrong. I walk in on them butt naked and engaging in sexual acts. To my surprise, I was in shock because I never suspected it. Now I feel cheated on and lied to. Should I end this or chalk it up as girl play? So I'm gonna give it to you first, Khonsu.
You know what? I'm gonna say this because these know what I'm talking about. If they find a real true friend, usually women do their best that they can to hold on to each other. Because black women hate on each other every day. I'm talking about a serious hate. Mm-hmm. I would take this as girl play and let it play out. I wouldn't react too quick. Because black women don't have patience or tolerance for each other. They just right. They're so quick to attack one another. And I really do believe this, that if we could get 10 black powerful women to agree with each other, it would be so much more power to our black nation. I really do believe that.
When you say agree with one another, you want them to be able to relate to one another.
Yes.
Do you mean in this fashion? Well, we're talking here. Wait a minute though. Hold on. This brother gets off of work, pulls up, he opens the door. His girl and her friend, they getting it in. So I don't know. They must have been in the living room, or I don't know. He walks in on them, and they boom, there they go. They in there, butt ass naked, and they doing each other up. You wouldn't consider that. You wouldn't be like, wait a minute, what the hell is going on?
Okay, this is what I mean by the females hate each other so much. We notice, if you notice, it's a huge trend with homosexuality and a very high increase. At first, it started with the black man. If you go to a black church, it's basically a homosexual club. And the woman, her homosexuality is on the rise like crazy. And her bisexuality is on the rise.
Man.
Because she's becoming sexually hyper because of the competition between each other. And they starting to covet one another. And this comes out of that insecurity that women have with each other. And they got to substantiate each other's bond through sex, man. Because I notice women will be sexually attracted to another woman. They'll have sex and won't even be lesbian. They're doing it because they feel justified for the lack of men.
Huh.
So if I'm him, I'm going to say, whoa, what did I do? What's going on with me? Because his woman obviously might have an issue with him.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't quite just say, oh my goodness, you are a lesbian.
Yeah.
No, it's something deeper than that. For that brother.
I agree.
It's something deep.
I agree. And so ultimately then that's cheating.
Oh, definitely. No question.
You know, I mean, especially
No
she
question.
ain't saying nothing. Well, baby, you know, me and her, we get it in sometimes. We cool. I'm not a lesbian. It's just her I do it with, you know, but you at least let your king know. That's a different thing. If it's by surprise and that shit, I catch y'all been doing that for a minute. So yeah, I mean, but I'm like you. I wouldn't cut dry. I don't think I would leave. I would definitely have some questions, and there would have to be some rules. There would have to be some rules like, let's see, what would be the number one rule? I'm involved.
Like, don't cheat on me, man.
Right.
Do whatever you want to do. Don't cheat.
Right, I'm included. You know,
y'all come and talk to me. Have a conference.
Right. Wait till I get home. Yeah.
And let's talk about it. Give me a chance to say no.
That's right. Give me the chance.
Don't do me. You know, don't play me.
Right. Don't play me. Don't let me. I don't want it to be a surprise.
Deshaun said I'm tagging in.
Yeah, right.
So
you know what I'm saying?
You coming in like The Rock with the rock bottom, brother? Off the top rope.
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
How The Rock used to run in from the back and run down the whole aisle. That's how you coming, huh, Deshaun?
That's how he doing this thing. All right, man. I'm looking at the time. We better get ready to wrap this up, man. So let everybody get their rest and get their Friday on.
Yes,
remember, we'll be back Saturday morning with you. Doing our thing in the morning time, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm going to go ahead and say my goodbyes. I think it's my turn to go back here and sweep up and get the trash out and get everything together. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. We appreciate you, as always. And I bid you adieu and tell you to rest well. I love you. You know that I do. And remember, whenever you feel like you're nearing the end of your rope, just tie a knot. Keep hanging. Keep remembering that there ain't nobody bad like you. Not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good. Huh. Peace, family. Rest well. Take us home, Khonsu.
Peace, power, and love, everybody, man. You're one and only Khonsu Shesnmu. Amun. What a great show. We definitely have fun doing this, man. And it's definitely what we were spiritually called to do. And we love it, man. We love it. And we love you guys. And we want you guys to love and carry the spirit of love and happiness with you everywhere that you go. Be looking forward to WMLR Saturday edition. A little shorter time, but just as power-packed, man. We laid back, we have fun, and we really explore music along with topics that are hitting and trending and empowering for Black emancipation. Also, next Thursday, October 18th, it's a phenomenal, going to be an exclusive show, man. We got a documentary, a young lady, African woman, African sister, that is doing a documentary on Africa Bambaataa and the accusations of sexual misconduct by the legendary Africa Bambaataa, head of the Zulu Nation, one of the founding fathers of hip-hop. Man, this is going to be an interesting show, one-on-one exclusive content about a documentary that she is releasing. So she's going to be on the show next week, October 18th, 9 p.m. Central Time. Be looking forward to that, everybody. We love you guys to death, man. We wish nothing but an abundance of health and abundance of financial wealth for each and every one of you, man. It's your one and only Khonsu, Shesnmu, Amun. We love you very much, guys. Keep doing what you do.
Every man has a higher self and a lower self. With your higher self, you can achieve greatness and things beyond this planet. With your lower self, you get your basic needs, but also can create darkness. Find your balance, King.
God bless the King, homie. 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 Coming, we got roots in coming. Mansa Musa, now a rap producer. God bless the King, homie. God bless the King, homie. My Nefertiti feed me fettuccine. My Nefertari cook me calamari. God bless the King, homie. God bless the King, homie. I'm King Arthur, the king of the authors. William the Conqueror writing apocryphas. God bless the King, homie. God bless the King, homie. My Cleopatra fucked the illest rapper. I'm King Solomon writing them songs again. God bless the King, homie. God bless the King, homie. I'm Imhotep in that limo stretch. Emperor Ming when I enter the scene. God bless the King, homie. God bless the King, homie. My Queen Isis, she know I'm the nicest. My Queen Elizabeth thick on some stripper shit. God bless the King, homie. Talk to him. God bless the King, homie. Ramesses is what the camera sees. King Taharka, autographing with a Sharpie marker. God bless the King, homie. God bless the King, homie. The poet laureate, poet Moet in the Lord Ferrari. Yes, y'all don't know my story yet. My people's burden, I'ma carry it by any means necessary. It's the way I was raised on that Pharaoh shit. God bless the King, homie. 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 Go Alexander on you salamanders. Go Genghis Khan like a genius done. God bless the King, homie. God bless the King, homie. Like King Snake, spine of the Mayans, we giants. Amata Montezuma, I'm a llama shooter. God bless the King, homie. God bless the King, homie. I'm Xerxes versus Worth Cheese. I'm Chief Sitting Bull, I keep getting pulled. God bless the King, homie. God bless the King, homie. I'm Shaka Zulu, they thought it was voodoo. They play the trumpets when crooked is coming. God bless the King, homie. God bless the King, homie.